Rock the Ripple. Rock the Ripple. The Rock the Ripple podcast with Narita McInnes.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the Rock the Ripple podcast. I'm your host, Narita McInnes. It's awesome to be here with you, as it always is. And today we're going to jam on the sticky note that reads, all life is neutral. Every moment has no meaning except for the meaning you are giving it in the moment. So I really wanted to jam on that because jam, peanut butter, whatever you want to do. But I really wanted to dive into that today because it is true that any moment, it doesn't have a meaning until we give it meaning. And now that might not mean, if something full on happens, then in that moment, that instantly will create a feeling and it'll create meaning or an emotion. It's not saying that those things won't do that. It's just saying that it's the meaning that we give to it. So, I like to look at patterns and programs all the time. And I like to, as you know, and I like to look at how different people will give different meanings to different things. And that is because of the patterns and programs that they have running within them. So that's why when you have a conversation, maybe there's someone's doing a talk, let's say, and one person might find what that person is saying hugely inspiring. Another person might be triggered to all hell from what that person's been saying because of the patterns and programs that they have. And maybe it's given them the meaning that they've felt like, oh, they're not good enough because of what that person said. Whereas the person next to them might have felt inspired because of what that person said. And there's no right or wrong. It's just, it shows us what meaning it gives to us based on our patterns and program. So that's why when we're doing work like frequency shifting work and reprogramming our subconscious mind, being really aware of our triggers and those sort of things that show up for us allows us to identify it and make a change. Because as, someone like Tony Robbins would say, you can't, how would he say it? He would say, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. No, that isn't even him. It's not him. Maybe it was Jim Rohn. No. But the point is, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. So once you acknowledge it, it doesn't mean you need to stay there with it and beat yourself up about the fact that you've acknowledged that there's something you need to shift. It's actually a celebration. Like, oh, shit, that thing's triggering me. Why is it triggering me? I want to shift that. I don't want to feel that anymore. I don't want that to have that meaning anymore. Let me change that. And that is why the power to create the reality you want to create and to shift is within you. You are so freaking powerful. You have the tools within to make change. You have the ability to do that. And for some things, it might be more challenging than others, which is, of course, an opportunity to grow. Sometimes you may have a big ship to turn around. And I know I've had that in my life with some really ingrained patterns and beliefs that were so deep. And even sometimes those things, of course, will pop up and I'll be like, wow, I know I've shifted on that, but there's still a bit more room for me to turn around. And that's why I like using the analogy or metaphor of the ship turning around, because sometimes, like if you imagine a ship in the ocean, it can't just do a quick U-ey like you would in a car. Like it takes a while for that to turn around. And so that's why you will know for yourself, and sometimes you won't be aware of it until you are, obviously, what it is that you need to trigger, the trigger to see that you need to turn around, to see what it is that you want to shift. And of course, then, those things that happen in our lives, those things that pop up, those triggers, those things that may not have meaning and that don't have meaning until we give it meaning, well, then we look at what we've given to something to then go, okay, well, does that still resonate? Does that still feel right? Or perhaps maybe maybe I'm coming from a place of old conditioning, old patterns and programs that aren't serving me because I don't feel good right now. This doesn't feel like it's empowering me anymore, and I want to shift it. That's why we should never be afraid of the feelings that we have. Like when we feel our feelings, when we have those come on, they can be intense and they can be big, but those feelings are there for you to express and allow those feelings to be. Allow yourself to be frustrated, allow yourself to be scared, allow yourself to be sad, allow yourself to feel melancholy, but recognize that those are feelings that are then you are allowing to go through. The idea is for the energy to go through. It's like when you're feeling that, you're flushing it out. And some things may take longer than others, of course. But our energy is energy. Our emotion is energy in motion. So we're allowing the energy to flow. And when we block things, when we hold things back, when we repress, when we don't acknowledge things, when we ignore things, that creates blocked energy within our system, within our personal vortex type thing. What's the word? Not just our aura, but you know what I'm talking about. It creates a block in our energy field. And so us noticing those things and allowing ourselves to feel those feelings and allowing us to want to shift that then allows the energy to flow. And I know that I started with saying that every moment has no meaning. It's the meaning that we give to it. Well, that is the case pretty much with everything. And does everything need to have meaning? I don't know. That's a question I don't have an answer to. It's up to us though to acknowledge where we're at. When we feel emotions and they come up for us, whatever they may be, any kind of emotions, good, bad, ugly, awesome, they're there for us to experience and to sort of flush out. You know, if you imagine that you never went to the toilet and you didn't flush out, I know it's not the best sexy example here, but you're going to be really blocked. So you've got to allow for that energy to flow and to be kind to yourself. If you do notice that, well, maybe I haven't been recognizing some stuff, maybe I haven't been looking at some stuff I need to. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be, and that's the beauty of it all. And you've got the power within to make any changes that you want to make, to create the reality that you desire, to walk in the path that you want to be walking. You know, there's no version of you that exists, that there's no one in the world that can be a better version of you than you. And you have the power to make those changes. You really do, really. You do. And so it's up to you how you want to walk the path of your life, because it's your life and you get to walk it how you choose to walk it. Do you want to step into the frequency of your highest potential? And if you do, then what do you need to do from this moment? What does that look like? Who do you want to be? How would the highest version of you walk? Would you be getting up in the morning and doing exercises? Would you be affirming? Will you be doing a frequency shift activation daily to make a difference in your mindset, in how you show up to create shifts? I mean, there's so many things to explore, and that's what's exciting as well, because you get to then create the meaning that you want to create in your life. Consciously, you get to do that. So, yeah, that is my little podcasty rant today. I hope you've got something out of it. I hope it's made sense. I know I sometimes go a bit all over the place, but I know that we all have the power within to make the changes and the shifts that we want to make, and to be the change that we want to see in the world. We have that power. We all do. And yeah, so that's what I'm feeling today. I just thought I'd share that. If I'd love to hear from you. As always, leave a comment, share your insights. Let me know what's resonated, or if you've had any other ideas or things pop up. And if you are listening to this on wherever you listen to podcasts and you haven't left a review or just yet, please go ahead and do so. That helps out. It's awesome. And if you're watching this, of course, and you're not subscribed, subscribe, give it a like, a thumbs up, and all that sort of stuff. That would be amazing. So yeah, aside from that, you can catch me as always at my website at naritamckinnis.com. It's got everything there that you can find because that's my digital home, I guess you would call it. Yeah. And as well, if you're not on the weekly newsletter, that is a cool place to be. So I will link that in the description and the show notes so you can jump on that and get an email from me on Sunday nights, pretty much around that time. So yeah, thank you, Awesome Human, for being here. And I look forward to catching up with you again next time.